What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So it starts up again, and this is going to continue to happen, that you're going to continue to get this breaking news regarding this massive, mega, undisputed welterweight showdown between undefeated three-division world champion, who is a former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, is currently the WBO reigning welterweight world champion, who's widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound for pound fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford is 39 wins, no losses, no draws, 30 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Okay. With that said, there's talks about Terence Crawford facing off against, in the highly anticipated undisputed showdown against undefeated, unified, 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 2, if not #1, definitely top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. This is one of the most highly anticipated, if not the most highly anticipated, fights in the sport of boxing, and is going to continue to be reported, rumored, and sourced to be done, because the fans, they want to see this fight. The fans are eager to see who is the best. They're both undefeated. They're both in their prime. They're both top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world. And seeing as though this past weekend we had a mega massive showdown that did 1.4 or 1.2 to 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. It grossed in $22 million live at the gate. And that's between undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, as he took on then undefeated lightweight junior welterweight Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia. And it was highly anticipated. Many people wanted to see it. It was star-studded. The entertainers, rappers, whoever was somebody, they was at this fight in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. And it did very, very well. Top 5 in the largest revenue gate in Las Vegas history. It did 1.2 to 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. And it was being reported that they was going to announce Errol Spence to fight Terence Crawford that week. Okay, many sources was telling me this. Many sources was telling other people this, right? They were citing that this was a fight, that was going to be announced. This is the more of a, anticipated competitive fight. Okay, not to knock Gervonta Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia, but Gervonta Tank Davis is levels above Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Tank Davis, has been there before. Ryan Garcia has never even fought for a world title. So obviously he's never been a world champion, as I always say. His biggest win was over Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight star title contender Luke Campbell, who again fought for a world title, but he was never a world champion. And then he fought former world champion, rough, rugged world champion in Javier Fortuna, but was simply a shell of himself. So Ryan Garcia hadn't been tested, but Ryan Garcia has a huge fan base that he's built up his brand enormously. He has 9 million plus Instagram followers. That's not including his Twitch, Twitter, and other handles, TikTok, and things of that nature. And so when you factor in all those things, he's as popularity. You understand what I'm saying? And because of that, the fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis having, 4 million to 5 million Instagram followers, and his TikToks, Twitch, and Twitter accounts, they have huge fan bases. They use their social media to build up their brand. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he lives up to the hype. But Gervonta Tank Davis is a 3-division champion. He simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight, and he's a 5-time world champion. Okay, he won the IBF super featherweight super title. He won the WBA super featherweight, super title. So Gervonta Tank Davis is proven, and he's a knockout artist. 26 of his 28 fights didn't go the distance. Okay, so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis has proven to the world who he is and what he can do. Right, Ryan Garcia hadn't, but Ryan Garcia has potential. Extremely fast hands, power in both hands, and he has the look. So he sold the fight. It was more of a popularity contest. But when you look at this fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, it's more of a legacy competitive fight. Nobody truly knows who's going to win between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., okay? You look at the fight, it's truly a 50-50 fight, right? It could go either way. Some people may choose Terence Crawford's style. Terence Crawford has knocked out or stopped 11 of his last 12 opponents. Terence Crawford has power in both hands. He's a switch fighter. He switches from orthodox to southpaw, so he's very versatile. He has a wiry frame, 3-division champion. He was undisputed already, and he's undefeated. He's proven, right? He's been tested. He's proven. He has accolades. He has accomplishments. And Errol Spence, he went over to the UK to fight Kell Brook for his first title opportunity in front of a hostile environment, for his first title opportunity against the IBF champion, the British superstar boxer, and Special K Kell Brook. He stopped him in the 11th round, came back, fought the likes of Lamont Peterson, defending his title. Then he fought the likes of Mikey Garcia, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar, surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. Then he unified the belts against 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, retired future Hall of Famer, Showtime Sean Porter. Then he suffered a horrific car accident, but then he came back to defeat former unified junior welterweight, 2-division world champion, Puerto Rican superstar boxer, Danny Swift Garcia, and he dominated Danny Garcia. Then he came back. He fought Yordenis Ugas in a unification bout, who just dominated Manny Pacquiao for his WBA title. So Errol Spence is proven. Terence Crawford is proven. And they both top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world. Okay, so they've been tested. They've been there before. They have the accolades. They have the accomplishments. They traveled on the road. Do they have the popularity of a Ryan Garcia? No. Do they have the star status and popularity of Gervonta Tank Davis? No, but they are very, very well known, and this is a highly anticipated fight, more so than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis is more of a event, okay, an outing for the entertainers, right? And Ryan Garcia has a chance because he has fast hands and power, but for the most part, he was a huge underdog in the fight, and most people that you speak of and talk to and ask, they pick Gervonta Tank Davis. So at worst, okay, it was a 60-40 fight in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis at worst. Okay, and so with that said, that's not the case with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. You look at this fight, if you have 100 people in the room, you're gonna get maybe half the room split, 50 and 50. Nobody truly knows. So the fight of this magnitude is truly a throwback fight. The environment of Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia was a throwback fight. But Ryan Garcia lost essentially every single round to Gervonta Tank Davis. Outside of the first round, where it was a fill-out round, I thought Ryan Garcia he was sloppy with his technique. He was stumbling over himself. He was throwing the same punch over and over again. That saw him got dropped, and then ultimately stopped in the 7th round. So those are things that, those amateur ways, the inexperienced ways, the sloppy game and sloppy approach. And that's not going to happen with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. So because of that, this is the biggest fight competitive wise in the sport of boxing. And these are 2 recognizable top 5 pound for pound names. So the longer it drags on, of course, you're going to get multiple sources that are going to announce that this fight is taking place because the anticipation. OK, fans want to see this fight. And now the anticipation, the excitement is growing into frustration and tiredness. OK, the fans are starting to wear on this fight. And if they don't get it done soon, then it's going to suffer a major setback, point blank and period. They are dropping the ball. This fight should have been done, signed, sealed, and delivered, and announced fight week with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, and all their momentum could have been absorbed for this fight. You have 1.4 million people buy the pay-per-views. Just 0.4 of those people means that it would have been 400,000 extra on top of what the people that may have viewed it. So at the very least, let's say it did 400,000 pay-per-views on its own without the momentum and promotion from Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight. Well, you factor in this is could do 800,000 at worst, you know. So you want to capture the momentum, but the ball has been dropped, and this news came out today that July 22nd, we're going to see Terence Crawford, Errol Spence do business in Las Vegas is simply not true. And that's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So this is false news as of right now. This news of Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, July 22nd is not true. Even Steven Espinoza came out and said this is simply not true. Here we go again. It's not happening yet. Not yet.
Hi, my name is Heather the Heat Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.